All right, here we go. I think Tyreek was the one that ended up getting reported for an injury there. So he had a hip and a calf. We'll see what that looks like tomorrow. Proud of the guys. 7-3. That's nothing to scoff at. And as ugly as it can be at times, this group's just proven time and time again that when it's close there in the fourth quarter that we're capable of finding a way. So first division win on the road, and really proud of the guys for how they fought there at the end. So open it up from there.
What did you think of Duvernay's return and just the jolt you guys needed at that time?
Absolutely. I think exactly what you just said. We absolutely needed that. You've kind of been waiting for one of those from him, to be honest with you. He's come really close a number of times, and then he was able to capture it on the bounce there and got us right there on the cuff of field goal range. We're just a little bit out of it, and we're able to run it just enough to feel good about our kick from there. So, he got one of the game balls because of that. Very well deserved.
What to say about Cairo that it would come back and hit the game winner after that he missed earlier in the quarter?
Yeah, well, that's who he is. He's a high percentage field goal kicker anyway. So, I've got a lot of confidence in him. He's proven that over the course of the season, and really he's been doing this for a long time. So he doesn't let things one miss phase him. We know it's high likelihood he'll make the next one, and so he really kind of embodies what we are as a team. Very resilient.
You mentioned that word resilient. There's a couple situations like DJ drops a pass over the middle. The next play, Colston catches a 25-yarder. That happens throughout the game. What accounts for the resiliency on this team-wide?
Yeah, well, I think I think they just understand that we are really talented, and so it's just a matter of time before someone's going to make a big play for us. And so we've got playmakers on offense, defense, and special teams, and someone's going to show up and end up giving us the spark that we need. So, it was great to see Colston come alive there. We really needed that one as well. Give the Vikings a lot of credit because, as always, they make you earn every little bit. Every play, you got to be on your mess. And so that's what a Flores defense does, and that was certainly the case here today as well.
Best catch of the game might have been Nashon's interception. What did you see on that?
Yeah, no, as a huge one for us right before halftime. They're knocking on the door, scoring range, and he was the game captain here this week. He was the guest captain, and so I know it means something to him going against his former team, being able to haul one down. But really good coverage. He's so long that he's able to knock balls away or haul them in. And so we definitely needed that one.
Ben, you mentioned it was an ugly win, and you guys have had some that have come down to the last minute or so here. But what do you make of where your team's at? Where you're, regardless of how you got there, you're 7-3, and that's a good spot.
Yeah, no, I think there's ups and downs in every game. There's a few things you wish that you were a little bit cleaner on over the course of it. I think we had a legal formation on one and things of that nature, a few drops mixed in there. Just those are the ones that you get disappointed in because those are more self-inflicted than they are anything else. And so when it's like I said, when you play a tough team like that, you need to be on your mess as much as you can because they're going to make some plays themselves, which they certainly did in this game. So, it was very reminiscent there of the first game where we ended up having a lead and then allowed it to get interesting there. And we felt like we didn't make enough plays there in the first game to earn that victory. And so this one we did. So I do think that shows growth as a football team.
What does it mean to you to be 7-3? You guys could wake up tomorrow morning first place in the division.
Yeah, guys, we're mid-season right now, so we're not even looking at that. We've earned 7 wins so far, and we're really looking for the opportunity to go 1-0 next week.
We talked, guys in the locker room, talking about how this win shows kind of the belief they have in each other, kind of those intangibles that good teams have. Do you see it that way? There's
no question. Yeah, I think we've proven a number of times here this year that one of these phases is going to come through for us. It's Cincinnati game. Offense was kind of carrying the banner there that game. I thought defense really did a great job here today. They've done that for the course of the season for the most part. Special teams comes through for us when we really need it here today. And so we kind of just cycled around on who's stepping up to the plate and bringing us the win. And I think that's what good teams do.
A lot of people are saying, when they left enough time for you guys after they scored, a lot of people haven't watched this team were thinking, okay, this is the kind of team that can come back. Do you have time to even think about that in that moment? Like, they're leaving us too much time, we can come back here?
Well, yeah, I feel really good about that situation, regardless of the kick return. 50 seconds, 3 timeouts. We've been there before. We practice that situation. I think it's where our offense is playing very comfortable football right now as well. So, yeah, I think we felt pretty good going into that one, regardless of that return.
With DeAndre Swift, it was hard, tough yards most of the day, but what did he give you at the end?
No, I felt it coming to life a little bit. They do a great job creating a lot of one-on-one blocks, and so if all it takes is one guy being off or you're mistargeted, they have a variety of fronts. I mean, it's what he's done a phenomenal job of over the last 2.5 years now of creating issues for the offense, and we had some. And so when it's like that, those backs, they understand what type of game it's going to be, both in the run game and in pass pro. There's a lot of interior pressure, and those guys got to step up to the plate and be able to stone those linebackers in the A and B gaps. And so I was really proud of how Swift and Monangai both ran and pass pro'd all day long.
And how do you evaluate Caleb's performance?
Hard to say. I got to look at the tape.
I know they probably asked before with the turnovers today, the takeaways you guys got. I mean, that Wright's in the end zone. That's about as good as you can see of an interception, isn't it?
Say it again?
So Wright's interception in the
Yeah,
end zone and
yeah.
just the takeaways in general. What did you think about that today?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been the story of our wins, right? Is when we know how important that statistic is of taking care of the football on offense and getting our takeaways on defense. And most of these 7 wins that we've had, we've been winning that turnover battle. So no secret to us, no secret to our opponents, and we got to keep that trend going.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you.